All right, welcome back to another episode of Brood Talk. We have a special guest today because you guys have been complaining that we don't have any white guys. So
we brought our favorite white guy.
not just our favorite white guy, the whitest white guy we know.
The whitest white guy we know, yeah.
99.6% white. we have Machine Gun Alex, also known as Machine Gun Moto. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm here.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome, bro.
You know, have to make sure we have diversity of white guys in the show. You know, I saw the comments. There were a lot of people complaining there wasn't enough whiteness here, so trying to bring that for everybody. You know.
Yeah, we also had to turn down the lights and the ISO on the cameras because he would have been
I was
overexposed.
reflecting.
Yeah, he would have been overexposed. Exactly. Well, anyway, we heard your comments. We heard the feedback. Some of you guys really love us. Some of you guys feel a little different. Before we get started, let me introduce the other hosts of the show. We have Nasty Nate.
What's up?
We got Sar Squeesh.
What's up?
They're sharing a mic until we get another mic. And we got Stormy Daniels, a.k.a. Storm 6R.
Oh, guys. Oh, what's up?
They just saw you get your knee down on the
no.
that's a track, bro.
Call me Mr. Knee Down now.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that
Absolutely
sounds,
not.
I don't know if that
Absolutely
sounds
not.
right, dude.
You got the babiest of specs. I think that you might have just taken off the knee puck and just dragged.
Scraped it. Yeah.
I need to see it. I need to see it with my own eyes.
Okay,
to
yeah.
believe it.
I think he was hanging completely off the bike, like he was leg all the way over, dragging the
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
in
Or he
pit lane.
he just picked it up
Pit
in
lane, yeah.
in the middle of the corner.
He's like
ripped it
pit
off my
lane,
leg.
Yeah.
stuck it back on.
Let's go ahead and get started. Running from the cops. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, for one, I have an R7, so I ain't running from shit. Let that be known. If it's in the twisties, oh yeah, we're good. I can get out of there. But anywhere else, it's almost pointless. Like, where am I going to go?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like, I've never ran from the cops on my bike, but I have ran from the cops in a car.
That's even worse.
Oh, my God.
Well, I was young, dude. Like, we were like, this is when I was like drag racing. This was like Fast and Furious days.
Yeah, you were channeling your inner Dom
Oh,
Toretto.
dude. Yeah, I don't even know like what the statute of limitations is. I could tell the story and that guy might find me, but I mean, he's got no evidence at this point. But essentially, we were drag racing. I was going, and then I saw the cop, and my idiot ass stopped, turned around. The other guy kept going past the cop. Who the cop come after? Me. Yeah. Went into the parking lot. He stopped. He was like right there. He's like, put your hands on the wheel. And I was like, reverse. So that was my only experience running from cops in a motor vehicle. What about you, Alex?
Never ran.
I don't think, first of all, I don't think cops even see you.
How do they not see me? I'm the
You be
tallest
doing a
person.
$1.20, a $1.40.
But when he's on the bike, you just see nothing but...
Just
Do you think he's like, hey guys, white guy here?
I was like, peace. They're like, oh, cool, thanks. Go.
You can't miss him. It's a sight.
No,
You're so damn tall.
I'm so tall. I fit on the bike. Yeah, no, I'm like barely tucked over. Yeah, no.
Okay, so no shot at that. What about you, Sir Squeesh?
Nope. I mean, it's kind of pointless. I mean, a bunch of cops all around here.
Yeah.
that I've seen.
But I feel like the biggest thing between, especially all of you guys on this half of the room, y'all actually have bikes that are fast enough to do so. Obviously, it wouldn't be safe and it's not the smartest idea, but your bike can hit 160.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're not
You
wrong.
can get out of there.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could.
Yeah.
But there's also that risk, right?
Yeah, it's never worth
A
the
huge
risk.
risk.
Huge
It's a
risk.
Huge risk, bro. Like, tell us about your experience. He's got a story for you guys.
First of all, I would never run from the cops. Bad idea. But, yeah, I was on my way from Alki to Puyallup, which, how long is that? Is that
45 minutes?
40?
Like
40.
35,
Yeah,
44.
Let's just 40.
Well,
On a bike?
yeah, I was
We're talking on a bike.
It's about
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like a 30-minute ride.
Okay, all right, cool.
40 miles.
well, you know, trying to...
That's more. See, we really needed a white guy here, bro.
We're not going to do anything in time because time is a relative
Yeah.
statement. Miles, they don't change
Yeah,
unless you off road, which
Yeah.
You guys were right. We really needed a white guy. Okay.
Yeah, trying to, I would say, complete that 40-minute ride into half of that. And yeah, they had a plane tracking me all the way from where's Wild Waves at? Federal Way, you said?
Yeah,
Federal,
Federal
yeah.
Way.
Federal Way.
Yeah, so they had a plane following me all the way from Federal Way to Puyallup because they thought I was running, even though I wasn't. And they caught my ass.
Where?
Downtown Puyallup.
So you
Pulled
got lit up.
Yeah, pulled up right in front of me. Didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh, you weren't speeding when you got pulled over.
No, I was
Dude
chilling.
was acting surprised.
Yeah, I was chilling, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. The first state trooper, he was cool, but that second state trooper, man, he did not care at all. And right when he got out of the car, instantly was like, "Turn around, let me see your hands," like cuffing me and everything. I'm like, "Damn, bro."
dude.
Fuck.
I feel like that's a really big thing, especially over here. Is like sheriffs, they're totally cool. Like, if they ever give you a little bit of a hard time, it's like, hey, just listen to them. They're probably not going to bother you. But state troopers always,
Holy, those
without
guys.
fail, I've only heard of bad stories. Even when it's people out of going the speed limit and had a crash, they're like, oh, we're going to give you a ticket.
Yeah.
What are you giving me a ticket for? I was going the speed limit and I got into an accident. Like,
Nah, you're not
what?
wrong. Yeah, they got nothing better to do. Or they're trying to make quota.
It's quota.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to
Yeah.
be quota.
But it's kind of crazy, and I think that's kind of like the general conception with the staters out over here is like most of us are just not cool with staters ever.
Yeah.
Like if a sheriff ever wanted to go pull me over, pull over immediately. I don't care
Yeah,
what
the
I was
sheriffs-
doing.
Sheriffs are really pretty chill. Yeah,
Sheriff,
right. Yeah.
city police are the same exact way.
It's just something about the
they're out
staters.
on
I
the
don't know what type
freeway
of
or
training
whatever.
they're going through, but they I guess they got the aggression class on there too. It's crazy.
We'll get to that later. Continue.
Yeah, and then they were just interrogating me, and one of the first state trooper, it's weird because he was like, hey, honestly, I don't think you were running, so I kind of put in a good word for you. Hopefully they changes his mind and whatever. Comes up to me and he's like, hey, so listen, we're not going to give you felony for eluding, but we are going to cite you for reckless. I still haven't gotten my thing yet, so not too sure about what's going on with that.
Okay, so just reckless.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they tow your bike too? Or they impounded it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Oh
dude,
my God.
this story gets
So,
juicier.
I got it probably like an hour or two after they left. And what's crazy though is that as I was sitting there waiting for the tow truck,
A bike went by. A bike
I
went
was,
by.
I don't think it
sitting-
captured so.
after I was sitting waiting for the tow truck guy, this guy that I know, not gonna say his name, ran for 2 hours the same day.
Oh, yeah, I heard
the
about
same
that.
day. It was
Definitely
like
heard
2
about that
hours and
one.
20
Yeah.
minutes.
2-hour run?
Yes.
And he
Hour
didn't even
run.
make it away.
No.
He was,
Did he run out of gas?
He was running in the
Yeah.
city for
Yeah.
2 hours, just going in circles.
I watched
In
the
loops.
plane circle on the map.
In
I'm like,
loops.
go loop, loop,
Yeah.
loop.
And he
don't
didn't
know.
get away.
No.
No.
So I guess what
the
had
easiest way to
happened
get
was,
away is to not go in a loop.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess what happened was,
He's trying to go home more than likely.
yeah. I think, well, he was on a group ride. It's actually on YouTube, actually. But he was on a group ride. They tried to pull him over. He ran. And I guess when he was running out of gas, he had one of his friends get a gas pump ready, pumped his gas, left, kept running, ran out of gas again, had his girl pump the gas, ran again, and then finally ran out of gas.
No one else
ditched the
can meet
bike.
him.
Yeah, it's insane.
So what we're hearing is if you're going to run from the cops, use an adventure bike because you have 7 gallons of fuel.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you can go off road.
Yeah.
Go off-road.
Just go into the woods.
I was like,
Disappear. into the
Perfect
woods.
bike to run on, guys.
Perfect
GS
bike.
1300.
Oh my gosh.
BMW does not want to hear this, but
Yeah. They make the police bikes.
why do you exactly? Why do you think the police bikes are BMWs?
That's
Because they
true.
can run, they can go off road. You know.
But I mean, the bigger thing is what do you think about your next bike, which is the Ducati? That bike can outrun essentially anything. So 400.
That bike's cool, man.
It's 412 pounds. What?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
It's like 197 kilos for the European, or 100. I think it's 87 kilos for the European.
Yeah, it's for
Yeah.
something. But I know a lot of that So okay, let's get into the Ducati Panigale. The bike that I'm getting is the base version. Some people are like, "Why didn't you get the S?"
Because you don't. So
Extra money.
It's extra money, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, unless you're really gonna do something with it, which a lot of people don't do.
yeah.
And even you understand that premise.
Yeah. So and on top of that, I'm actually, for content, I am going to put my own suspension on it,
Yeah.
and I am going to put my own forged wheels on it, or I might go carbon fiber. Who knows? Just for the sake of content, I might try to get some sponsors for that video, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I am very excited about that bike because the single-sided swing arm is gone.
Yeah. What does everyone think about that one?
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. They got rid of the single-sided swing arm, so now it has the double-sided swing arm, and it has a giant hole cut through it for weight savings.
Yep.
It's also it's supposed to, I think, lessen rigidity within the chassis because they rebuilt the entire chassis. It's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. So it's the lateral rigidity.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like 33% less,
yeah,
or it could be more, but I'm not sure. But I know it's supposed to be, it's supposed to improve lap times, and that bike is more function over form.
yeah.
That's the whole goal. Ducati's always been form over function. And if you think about like the past Ducatis with the single-sided swing arm, there's a reason, right? Let's just go back to the MotoGP. Everybody's like, oh, there's a reason nobody used the single-sided swing arm. The premise of the single-sided swing arm was like, oh, it's easier to swap wheels, swap tires, change the sprockets if you need to. But in MotoGP, they're just changing whole bikes.
Yeah. This is very true.
They're not going in and be like, we need race time. No, they have a whole bike for rain.
I'm not sure if anyone's seen the videos, but literally they're like almost running into the other bike,
Yeah.
hopping off,
Yeah.
and then immediately hopping on the other
Yeah.
one and speeding off.
Exactly. The premise of the single-sided swing arm is great in theory, but in the race environment, no, they just have like multiple bikes prepped for different occasions. So I think, Ducati was just making the single-sided swing arm for Ducatistas for a long time because that's what we loved.
True.
You know, it's like, oh, why do you get a Ducati for the single-sided swing arm? You could ask any Ducatista, they'd be like, yeah, that's one of the main reasons.
Do we think that's going to change the allure? Like, what do you think, Alex?
I don't
I know you're
think
not
it
really-
is.
I
I know.
I
I'm
know
like,
you're
I
not
don't-
really a Ducati person, but still.
I was like, I don't know. I think it's probably more. It's going to be more accessible, but more seen by others. That you'll see. Oh, this isn't super unique. It's more like my other bikes. It doesn't feel as far fetched.
Yeah.
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 So
It does,
I think
it does
like
kinda make
how
it
do
feel
I
normal.
do work on a single-sided swing hang arm? I don't know. Maybe I won't buy a Ducati for it. Maybe I won't do that if I've already had another bike with two-sided.
I never thought about that. That definitely changes.
But it's
a
just
bigger
like,
part.
yeah, you're like thinking, oh, I already know how to do work on this bike. I don't have to relearn things. So that might be part of it too.
Could be. What about you, Star Squeesh? Do you like the single-sided swing arm?
I don't know much about it to
Yeah.
like have an opinion on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like what Alex just said, it's a really good point
Yeah.
because learning like a different set than what you're used to will take time, and it's just like, oh, like if I'm doing something to it and I mess up, thinking it's not a single-sided swing arm, that's where it comes in for me.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. What about you, bro? Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't know much about Ducatis or just bikes in general. So,
Yeah.
wait, was it Honda that had the exhaust under the tail first?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know how to,
for the CBRs,
CBRs.
the
Yeah.
Fireway.
Right, and then
Yeah.
I know Yamaha did it right. They did it too, right? So
on the
when
R1.
Ducati did the single-sided swing arm, was that for weight reduction?
No,
Not
it's supposed to be
necessarily.
heavier.
Oh, it's supposed to
It's
be
actually heavier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just aesthetics. Like I said, it was essentially supposed to be for easier maintenance, but it turns out people just like the look of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, how come all these other bikes didn't do the same thing too, with a single-sided swing arm?
Well, I mean, the do you know how a single-sided swing arm works? There's a hub on one side, and that hub is connected to everything. So the rear sprocket is connected to it, which is connected to the chain, and then on the other side of it, you got the rotor and the brake that's connected to it, and then on like just at the tip of that are where like the bolts are. So that's for like a Honda. There's like lug nuts, right? But on the Ducati, it's just the pin
Oh,
It's like the axle, if
Yeah,
you will.
and there is another bike. Speaking of which, I own one of them, the
Yeah.
VFR that has a single side swing arm. It's a Honda
Yeah.
VFR 750.
And that one has the lug nuts, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't like really taken a look at it because I'm like, I can't. I'm not even gonna bother. This is too much of a headache right now.
Yeah.
I was like, when I have to change the tire, that's when I'm gonna take a look at the wheel.
Yeah. And that's actually a V4.
oh, really?
Yeah, Honda. Yeah, Honda V4.
Yeah. I just have to get it running again. Good old project bike.
Not to get off topic, but I remember when I got my first Ducati.
Oh yeah.
I crashed it in like about 5 minutes of owning it.
That's the exact opposite of like almost every single Ducati owner. They actually don't ride it enough for
Yeah.
it to get crashed.
Yeah, I crashed it on a test ride.
Oh.
I like
So were you
literally
required
from the
to buy it
guy's
then?
Did it-
garage to the stop sign.
Oh, was it a you break it, you bought it type of situation, or?
Yeah, well, essentially, I had already given him the cash for the test ride, and then I high-sided right at the stop
my
sign. It was on. It had super courses on it, and
Was
the
the
road
brakes
was
just
damp.
really good?
No, this was my first experience with Ducati's torque.
Yeah.
Yeah, the older Ducatis, they're just torque monsters. So
Oh, yeah.
they're pretty nuts. But
That's
it's very it's a
wild.
very good
So
motorcycle.
are you excited for yours?
Yeah,
Or
I
are you
think I
just
am.
like, yeah, it's a bike. I can't wait until it gets here.
I think I'll get it. I'm really excited once it's here. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't actually even watched any videos on it.
Yeah, I
I've
actually
been
watched.
purposely not doing it.
I watched one today. There's 70 sensors or 70 plus sensors that work in tangent with
The braking.
with the braking, and like you don't really have to touch your rear brake because it's managing it for you.
Yeah.
So like when you're in corners, it'll start
It-
to help you cut in even tighter,
Yeah.
managing your rear brake, which is really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. You can let go of the front brake in mid corner, and the rear brake may or may not be working still, depending on what the bike is doing.
I did not know that.
There's so
Yeah.
much technology in motorcycles now.
Crazy.
It's almost
It's
hard to crash
essentially a
them.
GP bike.
Yeah,
It is a poor man's GP bike.
yeah.
Like truly, because of course you can't afford a
No, $1 million.
several $1 million
Yeah.
bike, but you can definitely buy a Panigale V4 though.
Does it have police evasion mode?
It should for the price you're paying.
You just click the button and it starts going for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
How much is the base one going again for?
Oh gosh, I think it's $25,000 or 26 for a V4 base. Yeah, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty attainable, and the only difference between the S and the base is the suspension and the wheels.
That's the only difference.
Mm-hmm. Electronic Öhlins suspension on the V4S, and then you get the forged wheels on the V4S.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you, which that's why I was like, oh, I'm just gonna get the base
Yeah.
because I think it'd be great content to just, change those out. So.
You think anyone's gonna be stunting that thing?
I mean,
Maybe.
I think. I mean, I could maybe like. I don't think Jigsaw can afford it. I mean,
But-
you about the Jigsaw, bro.
Yeah, true.
But maybe Brian 636, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know who that is?
Yeah.
I love that guy.
You love that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
this dude's
dope.
dope.
He's a dope guy.
I freaking love Brian. I have a special love in my heart for Brian 636. When I hit 100K, I think he was the only like big moto vlogger to comment and congratulate me on that specific video. I could probably go back and find it, but yeah,
He recognized greatness.
yeah.
He was
No,
like, I
that-
like this guy. He's gonna make
That
it.
dude's savage, bro. I love what he does.
Oh yeah, no, it's super unique because I think Jigsaw mentioned it, how like he just kind of remembers everything he needs to talk about. He doesn't look at it. He doesn't look it up most of the time. It's just like in there, and then he's still stunting like the entire time, wheelies, slides.
I think the last one I watched of him was when he went to Japan.
He went to Japan.
Oh,
I didn't know he
yeah, I
went to
watched
Japan.
that one. Yeah,
I have
that
to
was a
watch-
really
what?
good video.
What was that about? Like, what did he
He's-
do?
he,
Like,
like,
of
rode
course, I'm gonna go and watch
motorcycles.
it, but
I think he
He
went
rode
there just to
motorcycles.
go. He was riding motorcycles
And he was stunting.
there. Yeah,
he was with the
see what
Bosuzoku boys.
Yes, he was.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he was.
That's kind of gas.
Yeah. I watched like 1 or 2 videos of that.
And what's crazy is that I think there's like certain what he said in the video was there's certain streets that you can wheelie on and that you can't wheelie on because they have like the whole like face scanning cameras
In
and
Japan?
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they have to be like really, really careful on where they wheel.
I mean, there were like when I went, there was spots on the floor where it said like no littering, and I wouldn't put it past. That floor was immaculate. I was on
You got Nate
asphalt.
looking around like,
I was like, yo,
gonna
how
pick
are they
up this
gonna know
garbage.
this?
That's not even mine, but I'm
my
gonna pick
God.
it
Yeah, I'm
up.
gonna pick it up. Like, I'm
good to see
concerned.
Nate, bro. Oh my God, you guys.
I'd be genuinely concerned. But oh my gosh, I didn't know he sent you like a
Yeah,
congrats.
that was so dope. I was like, hey man, I'm a huge fan, and I guess he was. I don't know if he watched my stuff, but or he could have just ran across it. But he's also a Navy vet.
Oh okay.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if you
yeah,
guys
yeah. I've heard him mention it.
Yeah. So that's dope. I like what he does, man. He's all the way out in Chirac.
oof.
Chirac, dude. Y'all ever been to Chicago?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Sarvesh is like, no, not even.
Y'all never traveled
Not even
nowhere.
this
Come
guy.
on.
How many
They
states
got
have
good
I been
deep
to? I think
dish,
I've only
bro.
been to like 4 other states other than here.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
wow.
I haven't. Yep.
4 other states.
4 other
you
states other than
serious?
So
here.
India.
That's a country.
That's not even a state, bro. It's a whole nother country.
I think what was it?
Eastern Washington is
Hawaii,
India.
California, and Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only 3 states actually.
Oh shit.
Have you not been to Oregon?
And Oregon. Yes.
Okay, I was like, how have you not been to Oregon if you've been to California?
Yeah, 4 states and 2 countries. That's
Well,
it.
Chirac is very. Yeah, there's a lot of.
It's
I
a
think
whole.
it's probably
It's a
one
whole
of the
other
most dangerous
country.
cities in the U.S.
I think so. If it's not it's one of them.
It's one of, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I
I'd
could
be
definitely
afraid.
see it when I went there because it was when we were actually moving over here. We drove, and we stayed in, like in the Chicago area, and I was like, wow, this does seem kind of sus at night. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, I've lived in some pretty meh places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this one takes the cake.
Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
damn.
When I went there, it wasn't that bad back then.
Yeah.
went.
It's probably gotten worse over the years.
Probably. Yeah. I think we went in like. This was before I had kids.
No, okay.
Yeah, and Julian's 15.
That was a while ago.
So yeah, it was like 15, 16 years ago that I went. It was nice. It was just cold at night, but
Yeah.
But I thought it was nice. But I know, man, I can't imagine living there and then being a YouTuber. Bro.
But I feel like him stunting definitely puts him on a better playing field with the people around him. They're not gonna be like, oh, who's this dude? Like, get out of
yeah.
here. They're like, oh no, this dude's sick.
He's definitely one of the most respected
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
genre.
yeah.
Right. And you know what's funny? I don't think he actually monetizes his content on YouTube.
I don't think he can. I mean,
Yeah, 'cause he
because of the
can't.
wheelies. Yeah.
Because of the wheelies. Wheelies get demonetized so quickly. There's this YouTuber, he does electric stuff, and he had a video taken down recently for wheeling a Suron. His name's Suronster. Yeah.
Saranster, yeah.
Yeah, that's a kid actually got me into Surons.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just for wheeling electric bikes, dude.
Yup.
For an electric bike, they'll do that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
on YouTube. So he makes his money through Patreon, I believe. I think he has a lot of Patreon supporters.
Yeah. And
Patreon's huge.
I mean, if you're putting out as entertaining content as he is, and you kind of know the implication of like, you're probably not getting paid for the video. I mean, I would support. Like, I didn't know that he had a Patreon, but now I understand why, and I would support him because it's like, hey, I want you to still keep making awesome content, and I clearly know you're not going to get monetized.
Yeah.
And I don't want, like, at least as a viewer, I wouldn't want him to sacrifice, like, how he is and what his content is just for money. I'd be like, I'll pay the $5 or whatever
Oh, dude, I
for
feel
the
like
support. You know?
Yeah. So you ever heard of that 100,000 rule?
No.
So if you get 100, all you need is 100 real followers, like true followers, to pay you $100. I think a year, and you can make $100,000 a year.
Huh.
If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
100 times 100,
It makes sense. Yeah.
100,000. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Did I do the math right?
Yeah, I think
Alex
so.
is thinking. He's like, hold on, my
Yeah.
my white brain is.
I'm not the
Mathing.
math guy. I'm not the math.
Isn't that 10,000?
Is it 10,000?
I think you just said 10,000.
You know
100 by
what I mean.
100.
You guys know. Okay, let's just.
We can get a calculator for you if you need it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Hey, I went to school for engineering. I'm a calculator wizard.
That's
bro.
got to be the easiest
I don't
math
know.
problem, though, bro. You don't need a calculator.
No. I stopped doing it in my head.
That one's easy.
The second that I
100
don't,
times 100. Okay.
No, the second that I don't, like, when it comes to math,
It's
it's just like,
10,000.
well, if I have to think about it, I'm not doing
You're just
it.
like, I'm not doing it.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing it.
I'm the same.
You
I'm the
need
same.
1,000 people at that.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, 100 people paying $1,000 a year would be 100,000.
Yeah,
So 100 is $10,000.
I had a 2.2 GPA.
Fine.
So
Well,
So $100 a month.
we
I don't know what
digress.
it
All
is.
right.
Just
all
think
right.
about 1,000 people.
You know what
but
I mean?
It's not
guys.
that serious, but
my
the
God.
bigger
It's
thing-
obviously not going to be for math content for
No,
you.
this is the
Yeah.
brood talk.
Double Moto math talk. Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, no, like at least the Patreon is paying for pretty
Oh,
much
yeah.
him to keep doing what
Yeah,
he
it's
does.
like they're supporting their favorite team.
Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah. Speaking of teams, who's your favorite team? NFL.
NFL Vikings.
Football season. Oh, Vikings? You're a Minnesota fan?
Yeah, I expect my team to lose. I hope for the best, and I want them to win, but I expect them to lose.
Okay. What about you, bro? Seattle?
Sports. So I'm going to go for the people with the white and black stripes on them. They're usually on the field.
Gotcha.
Yep.
The refs. Roger. I'm a
They're a
Niners
good
fan.
team. They're a good team.
They're a great team.
They're at every game.
They're always out there and they're always doing so good. They throw
They
flags.
call the
It's kind of
games,
cool.
They call the
Yeah.
games. They call the games.
It's not bad. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
I'm a Niners fan. What about you?
Probably the Seahawks. I've been
Probably
watching
the Seahawks?
them. No, it definitely is. It definitely is.
I'm not
Definitely
a-
is.
Are you sure? Would you like to lock in that answer?
100%.
What about you, bro?
I'm a Seahawks fan.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Like true and true. Oh, you watch
Yes.
games?
Yes.
Oh shit.
I haven't been to a Seahawks game though.
Really?
I've never
we
been
should
to
take a
a
trip
Seahawks
over
game.
there.
Sports
Oh, you
ball?
never been? Oh, Calvin can get you
Yeah.
tickets.
I went to a Mariners game recently, and that was pretty fun. But I haven't been to a Seahawks game though.
Shit. Well, I mean, maybe you can go to a Seahawks game and try this app called DraftKings. You ever heard of that?
Oh shit! I've not heard of DraftKings.
Sarvesh, have you heard of DraftKings?
No, I have not.
You have not. Okay, so DraftKings is actually the sponsor of today's Brood Talk. A chill in the air, leaves falling on the ground, and football every weekend. That's what fall is all about. And pumpkin spice lattes, and picking up those leaves and just cleaning the backyard. But besides that, let's make every single weekend even more exciting by getting into the action with DraftKings, the #1 place to bet on touchdowns. And right now, all new customers who bet $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets. Now, if you're like my friend Alex and not really into football, if you're a new customer, you could still place a $5 bet on anything and still get the $200 in bonus bets. All you have to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Again, you must be a new customer. Place your $5 bet on anything you like. Use the code ADOBOMOTO and you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. And if sportsbook betting is not available in your state yet, DraftKings is the one-stop shop for all things daily fantasy. So if you're into fantasy football, fantasy baseball, almost anything fantasy related, you can still join in on all the fun and have a shot at winning cash prizes. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official partner of the NFL. And again, new customers, use my code ADOBOMOTO, place a $5 bet, and you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. The math isn't mathing, but you get $200. What are you waiting on? Download DraftKings now. DraftKings, thank you for sponsoring today's Breed Talk. Okay, guys, we are back with the second half of Brood Talk. Today, we're going to discuss some of the comments in our last episode because it got a little bit of stormy. Daniels. Let's hear your thoughts on that, bro.
You guys got. Oh, let me not cuss. Family friendly. Sorry. You guys got a hoodie storm right now. That's how upset I am.
What is it like? What is it like? The hoodie Kermit, the dark side Kermit.
What were some of the? I honestly I know some of the comments were triggering, but I forgot exactly.
I can read like one or two of the ones that I think got you
read it
going.
off, bro. Read it off.
All right, so one of them was, I don't understand the fixation on ethnicity. It's such a superficial and disgusting way to view individuals. If you're going to look to that as an excuse for your own performance, then it's always going to undermine your ability to improve yourself. So that was one of them.
Never once have I told myself or thought to myself, I can't perform as good as this other guy based on their race. And I don't think last podcast, I don't think we said that. And I don't think we
at no
I don't
point
think
in
we said
time.
that not one time. So the fact that that person saying, "Oh, you're too focused on that, so you're not gonna achieve what you want to achieve or reach your goals and stuff like that." It's like,
If anything, we
that's-
may have
that's annoying.
referenced something more along the lines of, like, say if we're talking about MotoGP, what do we have? Smaller dudes
right.
of either Spanish or European descent, and that kind of fits a mold. But we're not being prejudiced in any way. We're more or less kind of discussing in general what would be the status quo.
Right.
That doesn't mean that you can't do it or you can't perform at a higher level if you're not of status quo. But that doesn't mean we're being prejudiced or racist in a sense. I don't see the point in that one.
So I'm gonna put my college professor hat on and explain to you guys what racism actually is. Racism has nothing to do with color or prejudice. Racism has to do with power, right? And in the last however many years the United States has been around, a certain group of people of a certain race has been in power. So, by definition, there is no way that Filipinos, blacks, etc., could ever be considered racist. Because racism is all about power. Understood?
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that kind of clarifies. I mean, I hope that clarifies it for the person that said, "You are a racist. I didn't start watching you because you were purple or blue. I watched you because of good content and personality. But this is the end of the world. So many people hate each other based on religion, color, and culture. I hate it."
It's not hate. We were talking about representation.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's the bigger thing. At least for a lot of us, we like something that you saw made you go, "Oh, I think I could jive with that." Like that's something I could definitely get into. Like it doesn't matter what brought you to it, but it was a specific something that you bonded with.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about Marvel, the Marvel universe real quick, right? Great example of inclusion, right?
Yeah.
Diversity and inclusivity.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, Spider-Man in the whole Spider-Verse, right? They came out with a white Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How many times? The only black Spider-Man that we got is Miles Morales.
And he's a cartoon.
And he's a freaking cartoon.
He's a really good animated character, but
Yeah.
and that's the other thing is it's not racist when you're talking in terms of inclusion and you're not trying to downplay anything. We're never trying to downplay anyone of any ethnicity. We're simply talking about what binds us all together. So.
And even in the motorcycle world, right? And these guys did not want to talk about politics, but I'm going to go into soft politics, okay? When I meet somebody new that rides a motorcycle, I'm not like, "Oh, what is your political, who do you vote for?" No, I'm like, "Oh, cool bike, man.
Right.
We should ride sometime. we have similar tastes in motorcycles." The politics side I don't care about it. I honestly don't. I post things that are funny to me, that I think are funny, and some other people think are funny, but I understand when other people get offended, or they'll be like, "Oh, you're on that side of the political war or whatever it is that's going on in the U.S. I'm gonna unfollow you," and I'm just.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
And to be honest, it's never like I could put a color and a face to the people that do it. It's always the same mofos.
yeah, this is
It's always the same. It's always the same. And I'm not gonna say anything about Alex's people anymore.
all right. We know that's a lie.
Yeah, I'm always gonna talk shit. But it's just, dude, that's how we joke around, bro. This is the way we do things. Like,
Yeah, and we all know, like at least the people that know us and the people we're around that we're cool with. No, we're just shooting the shit.
absolutely. And Sarvesh didn't get a chance to be here last time. I want to know what you think. Do you think representation is important when you look at like social media or even like the companies that you support, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty important. Like, I mean, if I was going to be, let's just say, content creation, brands go out there, I would, like, and a brand reaches out, it would be better if it's just like a multiple different people, diverse people all together.
That is being shown.
Yeah, that is being shown.
It's freaking important.
Yeah, it's because you're like, oh, this person, hey, similar to me, they stand up. And it's not like, oh, it's the same same people coming in.
Yeah.
And the people that, like, are at, like, trying to get an offer, they just get shut off.
Dude, I was so excited to work with Cardo.
Yeah.
I think one of my issues was, if I do stuff for you, I don't think you're going to put me on your ambassador page.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would have put Fastlane D on your ambassador page a long time ago. They had Why Not Ride. They had Zach on their ambassador page. Zach is not even big on YouTube. I mean, I love you, Zach, but, in the space that is YouTube, bro, like... in the space that is YouTube, it's like most people are like, "Yo, how big are you on YouTube?" Not really like how big are you on Instagram. Yeah, anybody could buy followers on Instagram. Tell me that's not true, right? Or how big are you on TikTok? A lot of people can just blow up on TikTok. It's pretty simple. But on YouTube, it's a little different. It's a different game. And how well do you play the game of YouTube? When brands reach out to me, bro, it's YouTube. Like, that's the first thing that they care about because it's Google at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're not huge on YouTube, it's like, why didn't you guys put Fastlane D? That was my only quirk with Cardo. Cardo, I love y'all. Bobby, I love you. I'm glad that you guys finally changed it, but it took me saying something and making a video about it for y'all to change it, right? And a lot of people come at me like, why are you always so concerned about diversity? Da, 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 da. That is how you make a change.
Yeah.
You talk about it. You make videos about it. You have some sort of influence. I have this influence, right? It's almost like the Spider-Man thing again.
Yeah.
Right? You kind of have this greater responsibility of like, nah, I'm gonna talk about diversity. I want to make sure that my people are put up. It doesn't have to be me.
It's the same point as wearing gear.
Mm-hmm.
The more people that see other people like them doing the right thing, there's a chance that they're going to start doing the right thing too.
Hell yeah.
They're going to start wearing gear. Even if it's the simplest stuff, NBT.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like it's gear, but people wear it because they see other people wearing it.
Yeah, and it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that same premise. It comes down to that when it comes to representation.
Mm-hmm. I'm
You
never
see it
gonna
and-
stop talking about it.
Yeah. And then we got one more. This one's a long one. This podcast is so decisive. I watch moto vloggers for content and for the fun and entertainment they produce. I don't care who's white, who's brown, who's black. I subscribe for the content, not the color. You're basically radiating hate for white people, and it's absolutely wrong for any race to act like this, but you somehow think it's perfectly okay. You really look inside yourself and practice some self-awareness. This podcast is extremely immature, childish tone about how being slighted when you are a successful person doing you. No one is holding you down except your attitude.
No. I'm actually pretty successful with attitude. I'm pretty freaking successful. That's actually when I found the most success is when I stopped trying to be everybody's
Best friend.
puppet. Yeah. No, I'm
When you
not.
started being you, that was
Yeah.
when it started making a difference.
Yeah, exactly. So, whoever said that, F you. There goes me being me again. Oh, I'm sorry. No, not really. No, you're just a complete numbskull. I have 2 degrees. I've been a college professor, and I own a very successful business called Adobe Moto. So, no, there's nothing holding me back because I don't hold myself back. In fact, this country holds back my people more than we hold ourselves back, and that's generational racism. That is what I'm very concerned with, and that is what I'll fight for as long as Adobe Moto's around, and whoever comes after me, probably my daughter. I want to make sure that she is well represented as a female in this space. There's not a lot of them.
No, not at all.
Yeah, they just started World Superbike for women.
Yeah.
Really?
It's rad, dude.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first
Yeah.
one. This first year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they ride?
You know what they ride? Take a guess. Hold on. Let them guess. Well, what do you think they ride, my guy?
Well, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, so I'm gonna
No. There's only one right answer, my guy.
World Superbike.
Yeah, for
They're
women.
definitely riding 1000s.
No.
Gotta be-
No.
no.
They're riding on R7s, baby.
Oh,
All the hate that everyone
R7.
gives the R7. You know what they're riding? R7s.
R7s.
wow.
Yeah. It's
Why not
crazy.
1000s?
Yeah.
There's a local here that races. Her name is Mallory Dobbs.
Yeah, Mallory Dobbs.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she's a local here.
Is she fast?
I mean, she's World Superbike, right?
We're talking knee down or?
We're talking both knees down, right, guy? Not just the left one.
Yeah. Left, right, possibly
right.
elbow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and the amount of recognition they get, not very. Not
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can maybe find it on YouTube every once in a while.
Yeah.
Wow. They gotta push that more.
Yeah. I think it was really entertaining to watch. In all honesty. Like when I was watching, I was like, damn. Like they're riding just as good as any other rider at that level is doing.
Oh, yeah.
There was no distinction. I'm like, this is just pure entertainment.
They're
once
solid
again.
athletes, man.
Yeah.
They're solid athletes.
Like, let alone the fact that now, like, they have a women's category of superbike.
Mm-hmm.
They're riding at that pro level. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or not. Like, you are outskilling everyone to be up there.
Alex, do you watch any racing?
I do not.
I know.
Well, no bike racing, but car racing, yes.
Car racing.
Yeah.
NASCAR.
Some NASCAR, some sprint car, but not F1 because that's just,
It's too
boring.
diverse?
It's so boring. It's not diverse.
It's too diverse. F1 is too diverse.
We just already know. Oh, cool. So that's what they started in, and that's how they're going to end this race. There's nothing that happens in F1 that's fun anymore. Like,
That's
cool.
funny. That's funny. If you guys
So-
don't know, Alex actually rides way more miles than any of us here.
Oh my gosh.
I think I've probably rode more miles in the last 2 months than you've ridden in
yeah.
a year.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
In a year.
Yeah. What did you do? Like
Hands
7,000?
down.
76,000 miles.
7,600.
Sorry, 7,600 miles on my brand new bike. Yeah.
In how many months was that?
3 months?
Two months, just shy of 2 months. So it was like a month and 3 weeks.
Yeah, who does
and then I
that?
went down to LA and rode 1,000 miles on that bike. and
Jesus, who does that?
me,
You need to sponsor for.
I went to
oil.
5 different
He
states
needs to
in
get
4
hooked up
days.
With, Valvoline
So
or
easy to get
liquid
oil.
Molly, one of
Yeah.
the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
cool.
so that's what I'm saying. S1K, perfect for traveling. Doesn't really matter.
Have you been riding a year yet?
What? No, I've not.
Oh, yeah, so-
I got my endorsement November of last year. So, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, your first bike,
Yeah.
CF Moto,
Was.
was.
The bike was, yes.
Then you get to S1000 single R.
Yes.
Do you think you should have started on 1,000?
No.
Really?
I think I would have probably, well, this is a fairly tame 1,000. I think I could have been okay. But I think starting when the cold winter months on 1,000 probably would have been a poor decision for not being on a bike ever. Now 1,000 in spring or when it's warm probably would have been okay. But I did a lot of rain rides, a lot of like just terrible weather rides too as well. So
Yeah.
I learned a lot on a slower bike. So also,
Nice.
it only did like the speed limit. So
Yes.
now this bike definitely just does the speed limit.
Questionable, guys. Questionable.
You do this. You get up to the speed limit so fast, dude, and then you just taper off.
Dude,
Tapers off. You know?
I just subtract 100 from whatever I'm doing, and I think it's the speed limit.
Yeah. Car or bike. Ask me how I know.
Ask you as you know. Hey, did you get back from LA really quickly?
Yes, we did. That's why I gave you the keys.
Think we shaved 12 minutes off that ride or that drive.
But definitely a solid question that I was wondering. I think we might have talked about it before. Was since you came from CF Moto, a lot of the brands are now transitioning to like 750s or 650 class. Like, would you have gotten something like the new CF Moto? Is it 675?
Yeah,
675
SS. Yeah.
Yeah.
SR
Yeah.
in the other countries, but yeah,
Yeah.
SS.
So if they had that out when I was trying to shop for a bike, I probably would have bought that bike.
Okay.
But they didn't have it out, and I wanted a bike. I wanted to ride. Obviously, the 7,000 miles might have been proving I wanted to ride a bike.
Yeah.
But I would have probably bought the CF Moto had it been out.
Okay.
Can you believe that bike's like $8,000 MSRP?
Yeah, it's cheap.
Lower than the R7.
Yeah.
If it came out before I was ready to buy a bike, I probably would have gotten that.
Dude, let's talk about it, bro.
Yeah.
Like 51 pound-feet of torque, 105, I think, horsepower. No,
so-
somewhere around 100. So 100 and about 50. And then we got the Aprilia RS660.
Yeah, the
That's about
660.
Similar, 100, but about 47
Yep, and then you
So
got
about the
the
same.
Daytona Speed Triple and
speed triple.
yeah,
Okay,
sorry,
but it's not-
Triumph Speed Triple.
Triumph Speed Triple.
And
Daytona 675?
675, I think. Yeah.
Or 765? I'm not sure. I think Daytona 765 is the old one. Anyway, they got that Daytona.
Yeah, yeah.
Which a lot of people are not considering a Daytona.
Yeah.
They're just considering it a Trident with fairings,
Yeah.
right?
And then you
what else we
got the BMW that's coming out
Oh,
with the
yeah,
750.
Is that confirmed yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's confirmed.
Okay, so
like, don't quote me
750R.
on that, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
BMW's gonna. So the 750 class is coming back, making a comeback. But I think whatever BMW is making is gonna be closer to what the Panigale V2 is.
yeah, yeah. Would you have, especially you two coming from the ZX6R life, would you have debated getting something more in that new like 650 to 750
Instead of a
cc
600?
range instead of a true 600. Remember, that's 3 cylinders. So like, would you still like? Would it have been one of those things that you're like, okay, I don't need a true 600. Like, this has everything I need, pretty much the same amount of usable power.
You said 675.
The SS.
Yeah, because it's a
But it
3
only
cylinder.
has
It makes
100
about
horsepower.
100 horsepower.
About 100 horsepower. Somebody said 94 in the.
I think
comments.
that was right. I was just about to search it, but I
I'll
think
be
it's
completely
94.
When I'm looking for bikes, I literally just type in V2 top speed, V4 top speed, this 1000 top speed, and I'm like,
Mans
which
is a
top
true
speed
squid
do I
through
like?
and through.
And then the next one's MSRP.
Barbie.
What can I afford?
No, seriously, I mean,
Considering that they're coming in cheaper than true 600s. Like when
Yeah.
you would have
$8,000, bro.
8,000 for that
between
CF.
$8,000 and $10,000.
What do you think, bro?
You could have had damn near the same.
95
what,
horse.
MSRP on the ZX6R is like what, 12?
12.
It's
Yeah,
it's
12 and a half.
between 12 and 13 depending on
Yeah.
the edition. It could be
12,
like
399.
14.
4K cheaper. I mean, I probably would have considered it.
Yeah.
Probably would have around
No.
the time for a brand new one. If it
Yeah.
was there, I probably would have.
I think it's-
CF Moto.
Maybe, yeah.
He
Similar
said
power.
amazing. Look at
Maybe.
it.
Maybe. But,
As soon as I say CF Moto, he's like, I don't know.
but I mean,
Because the biggest thing is a lot of people like they see the 600 like, oh, I want that power, but then there's like a mean gap. So now everyone's filling the gap,
Yeah.
and it's like, damn it! Now we don't just have the Gixxer 750 to deal
Yeah.
with. Now there's plenty of choices.
Yeah. Well, the CF Moto also has Mexican calipers.
What?
Yeah, the calipers are J. Juan. I'm kidding. Those
I
are
was like-
Spanish. Yeah, those are Spanish calipers actually.
Oh.
So it's a company called J. Juan, and it's in Spain.
Is it with a J or with an H?
No. So the J. So J. Juan calipers. J. Juan is actually owned by Brembo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
they acquired
ooh.
J. Juan. Yeah,
So-
J. Juan
so-
makes race calipers.
So they got baby Brembos on there.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they essentially have Brembos on there.
They have
Yes.
So
Brembos.
one, it's cheaper. Two, it has better parts.
It has Brembos. It has, your
Stopping power is there. Dual caliper.
six axis IMU.
Yeah.
You get all those. It has a built-in tracking system
That's true.
that makes your insurance drop quite a bit.
Yeah. slow jack,
Yeah.
bro.
So my last bike, they're like, so I put it on there, and they were like, it was like $800 for her the year.
Yeah.
Put it on, dropped it $200 a year just by having that tracking system built into the bike.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that you don't think about when buying a motorcycle too, right? Insurance.
Yeah.
Your insurance rate is probably lower. So technically, overall, owning the bike is cheaper.
Yeah.
I think the tough part about CF Moto is nobody tunes them.
There's no tuning. There's no parts.
Nobody
there's
wants to
nothing.
flash them,
I mean,
nothing.
there's stock parts, but there's no aftermarket parts.
Yeah.
Didn't you get most of your parts from AliExpress?
Yes.
Why not
But
tell
that's-
me?
Like, we don't mean that as a bad thing. That was
I
just
got
the
it from
easiest place to get
AliExpress
it.
because that's where it all
That's what
came
I
from
saw, yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
I was buying it from an OEM source, AliExpress.
Yeah. For once, it wasn't even like he was getting like.
No,
like,
I wasn't
scammed.
getting cheap stuff. I was getting OEM parts from AliExpress, you know?
my god. No,
That's
yeah.
so
I
funny.
think. And then didn't you say the 457s in the US supposedly now?
Yeah. So
For
I
who? Like, who's gonna buy that
no,
bike?
no.
dude?
This question goes out to Sarvesh because you started on a 400. Would you have? It was a
it was a
3.
Ninja 300.
So would you have, at least with the prospect of possibly being able to take it to the track and like a little bit more power, would you have gotten a 457, the new Aprilia, or would you still be like,
I would
nah.
probably be like, because if that was the case, I would have gone with the Ninja 400.
Yeah.
Because how much is the MSRP on that? The 450?
I think it's
8 or
closer
9.
to. I'm pretty sure it's closer to the same price as the 4RR
Really? That's expensive for an Aprilia?
because it comes with all the electronics.
Oh, yeah, it's a race bike.
It's an Aprilia. It's got all the
Yeah.
Aprilia electronics.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they brought it to the US to compete against the ZX4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense then.
Hey, that means
So
that
Leslie would buy it.
Leslie, you'll have a bike.
Another
one.
one. Another new
If she
one.
can touch the ground. If she can touch the
If she can
ground. I
touch
would
the
be
ground.
able to touch the
on
ground.
that.
So we're at the part of the show now where we answer some questions from the audience. We do go live on YouTube. One of the questions was from some guy named Whiskey Throttle. I don't know.
Maybe.
Whiskey Plays. He said, "Do you think a 600cc is good for a beginner? Yes or no?"
In my opinion, no.
God damn it.
In my opinion, no. And the reason being is Like, this is just thought process, because this is the same reason why I didn't want a 1,000 right away. Like, yeah, I could afford it, but the bigger thing is I definitely didn't have the self-control when I first got on a bike. It took like almost like 8,000 miles for me to realize I don't want to go fast all the time. But not everyone is like me, and I know some people have even worse self-control. And the biggest thing is if you're not smart, talking about someone.
I'm not pointing at anybody. I'm scratching the air.
Yeah. But the bigger thing is just like not going balls to the wall super fast all the time.
Yeah.
And 600s are like I in my head I classify them as baby leader bikes. They're not far off. They can reach damn near the same speeds.
Gotcha.
You know, the biggest thing is torque.
Yeah. What say you, Viking?
Okay, so
Mr. I like to go fast.
I would say for a newer 600, I don't think it's a terrible decision because you have all your assist modes, all these other things that I think can help out a ton.
That's a valid
like on an older bike, 600 much more terrifying. You can get that front tire to just come right off the air, like it's up in the air. But with the different rider modes, the controls, I think it's a lot better off. Same thing could almost be said about a 1,000. If you kept it in rain mode or a slower mode, it might even be okay. But I was like, it's still probably better off to get on a smaller bike. It, can't get you being chased by the cops quite as easy, which is, the thing we started this podcast with. So we probably would be better off to not be not be chased by the cops, get a smaller bike. Yeah. But, 600 is not a bad idea. Plus, I'm a bit bigger dude. I weigh quite a bit more. Yeah. So a smaller bike, like a 400, it would have been silly for me to have gotten.
You would have looked.
I'd have looked hilarious on a 400, by the way. So, yeah.
No, I am gonna go ahead and disagree. For me, I started on a Yamaha R6. I started on the bike that I really wanted. Should I have started on a smaller bike? Back then, all we had was the square headlight Ninja 250, and it was so freaking ugly. We didn't have a Ninja 300. There was no other option unless you wanted that, and that was the only beginner bike. This was a long, long time ago, too. I started riding in 2007.
Dang, that was a year after I was born.
I know, son. I was there, son. I was there. Yeah,
I was graduating high school.
The way I think about it, too, is somebody asked me, what would you want your son to start on? Oh, yeah, Ninja 300 or a Grom.
Yeah, get a Grom. Get a Grom.
So, yeah, for me, personally, no, I wouldn't start on anything under a 6, which I didn't. But if it was for my kid, get the smallest bike possible. So I guess in a way I do agree with you guys.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
For me, I personally think I wouldn't say start on 600 because again, depending on how much knowledge you have on the bike, you only know that as the person yourself. And I personally just think like the jump from a 300 to 600, it's like you can tell more of a difference. It's more fun. It makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah, true.
So for me.
Man, start on the 600. That's what I'm saying. I think starting on a 600 is not a bad idea. I guess it kind of just depends on like what you were saying, your self-control.
Yeah. It's like if you have the self-control,
right?
Go for it.
And I think you have to be okay with a slow learning progress because I feel like you can learn a lot more and a lot faster on a 300 or a 250 versus you being on a 600. You might learn things just a little bit slower because of how powerful the bike is compared to a 300 or a 250 or a 400. So
yeah. Let me ask you something. Your fiance is starting to ride. What do you want her to start on 636? The answer changes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like the point that I made about the MVT. If your mom has to, if your mom's into riding and she's gonna either ride without gear or wear MVT, you'd be like, hey, just take the MVT. I know I don't like it, but wear it. It's protection.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We were looking at the R3, but then after riding the ZX4RR, I'm like, you might have to get this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a nice bike.
That was what I
Is that
told-
just so you can steal
told
it?
Kay, too. I was like,
he actually wants it.
He wants the 4RR.
He just doesn't wanna be
That's why he
seen
wants the
buying
wife
it.
to get the 4RR.
he's gonna leave it in the garage. He's gonna
Yeah.
only wear all black. No one knows it's him.
He's gonna get black boots.
He's gonna put her on his bike and swap.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna know he's on the 4R because of the boots.
The boots. He's
Like, bro, we
bright
saw
ass
you
yellow
at
boots.
Rustin, bro.
Yeah.
You
That
the
was
4RR.
It was you.
So we're gonna go off topic a little bit and let you guys know a little bit of what's going on in the near future. Alex and I just got done with California Superbike School, which will be a future video. What did you think of California Superbike School? First of all, he's never been on a track. And one of the they suggest
Recommendations.
We recommend that you've done a track day.
Yeah. They said no. They
did it
said, hey, have you been to a track?
Oh, okay. It wasn't a recommendation.
And
It
I
was
have been to the track. I've just not been on the
on
track.
the track.
And then they said, have you done over 2,000 miles? And I wanted to say this week.
Bro, you should have been a freaking lawyer, bro.
And then they also were saying I should have been writing for over a year, which I have totally been doing.
Oh yeah.
So yes, but I thought it was a good experience. Definitely learned a lot. I think the classroom experience was really good. How you go from the classroom out to the track, you learn and you do all those exact things.
Yeah.
And you can come right back. You talk with your coach, and you have a coach. It's like I think we had 3 of us to 1 coach, so you get a lot of very immediate feedback about exactly what you're doing. You're doing wrong most of the time.
Yes, yeah. So he was okay. Let me tell you about the feedback that he got in the beginning. He was doing this, like there was
checking his
there was
lanes.
traffic.
He's checking
Traffic
lanes.
my lanes.
And I think he was he denies it, but I think he was doing this, clicking the turn signal. I think
I
that's what he
never
was
used
doing.
the turn signal, but I was checking beside me because I was trying to think of the street riding we do, and on the track they're like, don't do that full send, and it's their problem to pass you. And I'm like, oh, so you just basically don't care about anybody around you in full send, and
Exactly.
that once I thought that through, it changed everything.
No.
So.
Once he realized, go to the starting line, he
yes.
went immediately. He was like, I'm gonna be the first one. Nobody's gonna get behind
Get
me.
ready. Like I don't even think it was turned, and I was already heading to the starting line.
I was like, every time we're like, okay, white group, here comes Alex.
I was in second gear before I got to the start line on 1,000.
It was so funny to watch him, but also I was so proud of him because he improved so much. And I knew Alex was gonna when I found out BMW was gonna send me to finish off the school. I was like, Alex, you should do it. You would love it because of the physics aspects and the mathematics aspect. And they get into the mechanical aspect,
mechanical aspects of how
of
bike
riding,
runs.
and I knew he was really gonna understand it because this guy is 80 HD, right?
Very 80.
80 HD, yeah,
Yes.
80 HD. But I just knew he was just gonna get a lot from it. And California Superbike was not just the math too. It's a little bit of both visual experience and the what is that the book part of learning. Yeah. So if you're more of a classroom type of learner, this will work for you. If you're more hands-on, this will work for you too. But if you're a little bit of both like me, it works like crazy. And then if you're able, you got to take it 1,000 times to figure it out.
I was trying to think. I'm wait, you were in not white group. You were in
This was his-
yellow group
Yeah.
both days.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, but you've already done yellow group twice
Yeah.
before this.
So it's that Sunday was his third level 4.
Or no, it was his third level 4. So
yeah, but he did it. Finally
did.
clicked for Abel, which so even if you're a little bit of a slower learner, because Abel's Spanish speaking first, I believe. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, but I could tell he wasn't really getting it the first few times. But this last time, this Sunday,
yeah,
he dropped from 142 to 135.
Damn.
Yeah,
He
and
cuts
I'm running 131.
Damn.
Yeah.
He coming for you, bro.
He's coming
He
for me,
coming
bro.
for you, bro.
He really is. And I have videos of him in the back. I'll send him, but he was looking phenomenal. And so was this guy. This guy was like, there was a Sarvesh in front of him at the track, bro. Like, literally, he
So
passed
slow.
this guy twice.
He
lapped
lapped him
him.
twice in a 20-minute session.
Twice, bro. That's how slow this guy was going. And I was like, what is Sarvesh doing on the track, bro?
Oh no!
Oh, it was so bad. Or the guy that decided to shift mid-corner.
Yeah, the guy on the
Dude,
duck. Yeah,
that
he
was
was like,
hilarious.
he was leaned over, grabbed
leaned
the
over,
clutch, shifts
clunk.
down. Leaned over, dude.
Over downshifts
I saw it on
in
his
a corner.
video, on his camera. I was like, did that guy just downshift mid-corner with the clutch?
What?
Yeah.
leaned
so
over.
I have
Leaned
slower
over,
times when
bro.
I was
He's
fighting
like this,
traffic.
grabs the clutch.
So he's
Yeah.
asking for a high side.
So he's asking us, on a freaking Ducati. Anyway,
Welcome to why I checked my corners. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was like, I might have a slow ass guy to my right. I might have someone going way too fast to my. I don't know what's going on.
God. So that being said, we're gonna put on a friendly race on October 6th at Portland International Raceway at the track day with Moto Corsa, and we want to see who can get a faster time on a similar bike setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be Nasty Nate versus Machine Gun Moto in a race for the fastest lap time. The winner gets their track day paid for. They're going to ride my R6 and Abel's R6.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to do it in 2 sessions. First session is a shakedown / learning the bike / learning the track. Both tracks are unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And then the second session will be like, put down your best time.
Yeah, because he has formal training now versus I just have a bunch of track day experience
And YouTube videos.
and YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of experience on track,
Track.
versus he has a lot more experience on everyday roads, but with that track experience, like the
Yes.
track teaching.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited. I got my money on Alex, but I'm also like, I know you can't sleep on Nasty Nate. You cannot sleep on this
No.
boy. Crashes at the track, comes back and kills it again on the same bike with the same tires, bro. That's I'd have been so scared, dude.
You know what happened in the back of my head? It was like, no balls, you won't. And I was like, I'm gonna do it again.
Oh, yeah. Who you guys got
I'ma
your money
do it
on?
again.
Who you guys got your money on between these two?
I feel like Nate's gonna pull off.
Oh,
I don't know. I just feel like Nate might.
yeah.
Maybe my ability to ride, or I've ridden more bikes might help me. So my acclimation to a brand new bike won't be nearly as bad.
I mean, like all the track events this summer that happened, I'm pretty sure you went to all of them.
Most
too.
of them, yeah.
Most of them,
yeah.
Most of them, yeah. Yeah.
There's a
So,
bunch.
but they both have. That's why we chose PIR.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
Yeah, we've
it's
both
kinda
never
fair.
been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both get one session. What do you got, bro?
Well, I've only ridden with
Mr.
Nate.
Knee Down.
Yeah, left knee down, left knee down,
Left knee down, left knee down.
Lefty scrape.
The right, just wait, bro. The right one gets kind of sketchy.
Alex will not give it to you, bro. He's like, no, that was a fucking.
There's a scrape.
That was a scrape. Relax.
It's
I mean,
smudge.
I've only ridden with Nate, and riding with Nate, dude, you're fast. Bro. You are killing it out there. I've never ridden with Alex, so I'm not. I don't know.
He's fast too.
I mean, regardless, I'm faster than both of you guys, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
Oh yeah. No.
So we're racing.
So originally, yeah.
So
Okay.
we're racing
Hold
home.
on. Time out.
Just remember who
Let's
got
talk
their knee
about
down
this.
first and their elbow down. Oh no, you got your elbow and knee and the whole side of your body down first. You had an accident before me, so
I've never had an accident, so
Let me break this down
you
real
better
quick.
knock on wood, bro.
We originally were gonna pit Machine Gun Moto against Storm 6R, but then we realized Storm's too slow. No,
not
you
even
wouldn't. Yeah,
inaccurate.
you wouldn't have
We
a
thought
like.
about
on
it.
the
No.
track the first day though. He was
No
faster,
comment,
wasn't
bro. Sarvesh, I love you, bro. I love you. No comment. Actually, I would love to see you guys do
Wait.
PIR. Hey, let's do that.
Yeah.
Same bikes.
Yeah.
Come to
Yeah.
PIR.
You guys essentially have the same
Yeah.
bike.
there you go.
You guys should do it. Sunday.
October 6th.
You're sick.
You got a whole how many? You got like 2 weeks, bro.
Just
2-3 weeks.
Can you request?
Calling sick.
Request it.
No, don't call in sick.
They already put the schedule.
Yeah, don't call in sick. Yeah. We'll do it another time with you two. How about that?
Do you,
You
have
should go to a
track
jungle
times of
gym
the
and lick
ridge?
your hands. You won't be able to go to work.
No, yeah, we'll do it another time. You two.
Yeah.
Like it has to be a Monday or Tuesday.
Well, not. I mean, as long as it's like a month in advance. I mean, I can request the day off, or just Monday and Tuesday.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna say who I got my money on because
I don't know.
who y'all got your money on between these two, bro?
Storm.
Alex does not care. Not Storm.
I think Sarvesh got it because Sarvesh has been to the track a few times. Plus, he's also ridden more miles. Not by a lot.
Not by a
like,
lot.
you guys are very similar in miles.
I'm curious.
Ran.
I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know who. I don't have
Like, it's such a
money on
tough
either.
one because
Yeah.
the only thing he has on you is the track experience.
I got my knee down. So I'm like,
Oh my
So did
god!
he, bro. You know, he didn't make it a big deal though. You know,
Didn't make a big deal. There's only 4 Instagram posts about your knee down.
and a whole YouTube video.
And a whole YouTube video.
Oh, I think that wraps up Brood Talk episode 2. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah,
I
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
I'm glad Alex finally made it. Finally got a white guy. 99.6% white. So you guys can stop
And
complaining.
we love him no matter what.
no matter what.
I love all you the same way.
I love you no matter what.
No matter what.
All right, guys. Brood's out. Peace.
Easy.